dare you?
Please! Quiet! Stop yelling!
Randvi, what is this?
Another dispute, I'm afraid, with Holger stirring the pot once again. Will you sit in judgment?
Judgments are the burden of a Jarl. This is Sigurd's duty now.
He refuses to leave his quarters. Right now, you are the only noble fit for this.
I don't know. It is not my place.
Please. Only until Sigurd recovers his strength.
All right. Once more. Gudrun, Holger, come forward. You'll state your cases and I'll hear you out and be as swift in my judgment as I am able. Gudrun, you may speak.
I have been robbed, Eivor. My property defaced. 3 days ago, I discovered some of my sailcloth missing. I scoured the settlement in search of it. Passing Holger's home, there I see it. Boldly displayed and worse, defaced, with scrawls and silly stories upon it.
Lies and slander!
Holger, quiet. You're well acquainted with the rules of this trial. Now, Gudrun, what did you do upon discovering your sailcloth?
I confronted him, demanding silver. For sil with Holger's inky scratching can can it? I ask only that I be paid for the property that was taken from me, yet he refuses.
So Holger took something that belonged to you and defaced it. Now you wish to be paid for the item. Do I understand?
That is right.
Holger, what say you in your defense?
Short days ago, I found a pile of mildew-stained detritus beneath the docks, and salvaged what I could. I wish to use it as a canvas, you see? As a conveyance for my latest works. The sailcloth was in such a state, and so obscured from view, I assumed it was refuse, abandoned goods.
I see.
My motives were honest, Eivor. Would a thief be so brazen as to display the fruits of his crime? Hardly. Yet here she claims I have robbed and defaced her property, when all I took was rubbish left by to rot.
Nonsense.
My only crime here is that I gave something ugly and decrepit a bold new life.
I see. So you feel Gudrun disposed of something, and now unreasonably seeks its return.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, I have heard enough.
I might have profited from that cloth. Holger has all but robbed me of a future boon.
It was garbage. Yet now it's a part of something greater. If anything, I have increased its value. You ought to thank me.
Oh, I will thank you with the back of my...
Quiet. Let me speak. After careful thought, it is clear that...
What is this? What are you doing?
Holger and Gudrun are at odds. I hope to find a resolution.
That duty is mine alone, Eivor. You know this. Stand aside.
You were not here, brother. Nor did I wish to bother you.
A sallow excuse for such a bold defiance. I hope you enjoyed it. Are you finished singing, my dear Skald?
My Jarl, as I was saying,
Stop! Enough! I have heard more than enough to render my judgment. For as long as I've known you, Holger, you have spun words into lies. You weaken the minds of children, and delude the minds of men. I've shown you too many years of tolerance. And rather than exist in grateful meekness as Holger the liar, you sink lower. You become Holger the thief, robbing a woman of her livelihood, all in the name of your stupid stories.
Sigurd, Jarl, no, that is not the...
This is the consequence of your actions. You will pay Gudrun the value of 30 sailcloths.
30 times? Surely you jest. That would ruin me, Sigurd.
Do I look like one to play pranks, Holger? Pay the fee, or be exiled.
Great, Jarl. If I may, I seek only compensation for a single sailcloth. The rest is...
30 times! In silver! That is my judgment.
Eivor, please. Does this not seem unfair?
Sigurd, the punishment must fit the crime. Your judgment is cruel and unfair.
Cruel and unfair? Oh no. No, you have it backwards. I am the definition of what is fair and what is not. I am your Jarl, the source of all right and wrong, the lord of justice in this place. Without rank, without order, without a chain of command, life cannot endure! Chaos will reign! Do you understand?
As my brother and my Jarl, I back you, Sigurd. But in the face of injustice, I cannot help but speak.
Have you never in your life known when to hold your tongue, Eivor? Nor defer to those wiser than yourself? My judgment stands. 30 times the sailcloth's value. That is final.
Thank you, Lord, for hearing us out.
See to it that judgment is carried out exactly as I have said. Should the need arise again, do not fail to rouse me.
Nice to see you.
Sigurd,
Leave me be.
if you wish it.
No, I understand. You were well within your rights.
Be my eyes, Sunan.
Hi, Eivor.
Wolfgar, so glad to see you.
I'm grateful to see Basim returned. There's so much more I wish to learn from him.
I cleared Winchester of the Order. Yet to do so meant working with King Alfred.
Your poor fellow soldier led you to the King of Wessex? How very strange. He, or she, is toying with you, it seems.
Here. This marks fewer members of the Order.
One more gone. The world is brighter for it. As a token of my gratitude, I want you to have this. Keep this up and the land will be free of these monsters.
I have to go.
Then go in peace.
I want to thank you for your judgment, Eivor. For stepping in when Sigurd would not, in spite of what happened.
Poor man. I've never known him to be so angry and reckless. Is that a side you have seen?
Rarely. There have been moments when he was distressed, worried, afraid. But nothing like this. Never, ever like this.
Let us do our best for him, as we take care of our own. We're his best hope for healing.
If it is not too late. In the meantime, we press on.
I entered Jorvikshire to meet Halfdan Jarl, and I left a friend of Halfdan the king. We have an oath at last.
Good. Very good.
I want to see... What transpires in Gloucestershire?
You may have noticed that Gunnar has disappeared from his forge. He has traveled to Gloucestershire in search of a wife.
A wife?
He is in love.
When did this happen?
When doesn't this happen with our dear lovelorn blacksmith? But there is a bright side. He has asked you to join him.
Join his search for a wife?
And see that he does not make a fool of himself. I believe he thinks that your presence would bolster his image.
All right, I'll be Gunnar's keeper, if only to bring him back in one piece.
Very generous of you. Make for the town of Gloucester. You will find him there.
Looks like I have a new letter.
Harvey, you're a balm to my eyes. What happened to yours?
A sacrifice for something greater. Is the wolf nearby?
Yes, but he's grown. I have kept him company, but he's consumed by a sadness I cannot understand.
Regrettable, but necessary. I knew from the start this wolf brought ill tidings.
From the start it was a kind creature. But our mistrust and cruelty have robbed the poor wolf of its sweetness and life.
Would it be a kindness to kill it then?
We are past the time for such mercy. This wolf has power now that would test our strengths combined. I fear he is possessed of a power that renders him ever-living.
Then we will offer him a different fate. This cord is unbreakable. You must convince him to wear it. It will act as a leash, whose magic will signal that he is safely secured. An assurance to the Aesir who fear him. A beacon, that is all. No harm will befall the poor Fenrir.
Fenrir, yes. You know the creature's name. Did Loki tell you?
He did. It is a fine name.
Yes, Dweller of the Fens. An apt name for his current fate. Fenrir! A good word has come!
Leave me.
I wish you well, Great Wolf. But a fear still hangs over Asgard. The Aesir worry about your growing size and strength.
Do they now? And what do they have to be afraid of? Old friend.
Harvey brings a collar fashioned by the dwarves. A beacon. That we may track from a distance to know where you roam. Wear this, and you may live and thrive in Asgard, without worry.
I smell something sour.
Wear the collar! Or return to Jotunheimer. There's no third way.
Son of Loki, have I not treated you with kindness? We are bonded, you and I. And as I trust my king, so you may trust me. Open your mouth. As a pledge of faith, you may take my hand if I am untrue.
Fair.
Be swift, Harvey. Harvey?
Lies.
Unbind him! Harvey!
Here you stay, Fen Dweller!
Here you die. Deceiver.
speak in riddles.
The home of the gods turns red. Red with gore.
Where did you hear these words of prophecy?
made soft.
How do you know these things?
This is the tale I tell myself each night in the cold and dark, before I sleep and dream of tasting your flesh.
I could not strike the killing blow. All my oaths remain unbroken.
Anyone lesser would have succumbed to his hatred.
If I could have done this any other way.
There was no other way, Harvey. Our fates are fixed.
Fate, I know. You made a great sacrifice on my behalf.
It was not for you.
Do not think your kindness has made you a new friend, Lord of Imbeciles. I will kill you, all of you, gorging on Aesir flesh.
You may strike the final blow, son of Loki, but I will savor my years of freedom before we meet again. Come, old friend. The healing hands of Freya can help you. Have you come to say what I fear?
Not to say,
But to show.
a vision of the times to come. None living or dead now equal our heavy in arrogance. To believe that you could remake your fate thus.
For all your efforts, for all your struggles, the threads of fate still bind you as tightly as ever.
And yet, from this pattern, a single strand escapes the fray and stubbornly clings to the weave. Esir, Vanir, your doom will come. The earth will shake, the sun will die. Jötnar will stalk your streets as fire rains upon your heads. And the great wolf Fenrir will feast upon your blood. But you have found a way to live beyond this terror.
Let it flow.
To cheat your death.
From the life tree we go, to the life tree we shall one day return.
Mind and spirit will surge to a time far beyond your own. To a time in which you shall be reborn.
None may follow. Loki least of all. It is done. Time to face our end. This was not my day to die.
Your journey has borne fruit.
Of the sweetest kind. Life. Which I intend to share, of course.
We are fortunate that luck follows you like a dark feline. Against all odds, your success is what redeems you, endears you.
And how charming do you find me now?
Just enough to keep me awake.
I've barely seen Frigg since we... I will not give up. I never do.
Good.
Eivor, you have awakened. With more to share, I hope.
I returned to Asgard.
And what did you see?
I bound the wolf Fenrir, Loki's son, with an unbreakable cord. The beast was enraged by my actions. We fought and I prevailed, but I could not kill the beast.
You visit lore and legend. Things I would never have imagined to be real. Parables, yet here you live them as memories.
Every moment there was as tactile and as vital as you and I seated in this hut.
This is wonderful. Was there more?
There was a betrayal. I betrayed my friend Tyr. I stood by as the great wolf mauled him, tearing his arm off at the joint. I could have said something to prevent it, given him a warning. But I did nothing.
How did it feel?
I was unmoved by his pain. Not hateful, but I did not regret my indifference. A swig of poison that drinks like wine.
Selfishness unmeasured often feels this way. What else did you see?
I witnessed a final vision from the Nornir, the coming of Ragnarok. All was fire and ash, a chaos like a foul wind from the depths of Ginnungagap. But we were ready for the coming storm. 8 of us. We drank the mead, then stood and marched to our doom. That was the end of the Nornir's prophecy.
How curious. Was there more?
I can make sense of no more.
I see. The thrust of these visions seem clear to me. As in your first reverie, a fear of betrayal hangs upon you. Odin has seen fit to gift you with his infinite knowledge and the treasure of his experience. Perhaps his tale is a warning. The indifference he felt is a great pity. See that you do not follow this same road. To do so would risk a loneliness, a personal exile, worse than death.
I understand. Or, I hope I do. Thank you, Valka. I would like to see what you have in stock.
That be all?
I'll see you.
Farewell, Eivor.